All right, what we got here is a 2024 Chevy van. It's all electric. I will be converting it into an RV. This thing is super futuristic. I love it. It's got a power door. Super awesome. It's got electric pocket door. I guess you can go in here and flip the switches and activate those that way. And oh, wrong way. Oh, there's the other one. Anyways, so this is it. Yeah, I believe it's a 2024-ish. Converting this into an RV. Went over it with the customer. And what our plan is, I'll start up here. So you have this whole wasted space. It's got an outlet and everything there. I think what we're gonna do is do a pull-out desk, like the old coffee table style, where they pull up and out. Maybe do half of that for a cubby, or stick the wiring in there because it's not going to clear that. And so it can be a stand-up workspace. Look around outside, super cool. They're going to mount a monitor up in here. It's going to flip up. Let's probably have to take this visor out, which I think this visor's probably kind of pointless with the jump seat. Let's come on or not. It's got a little jump seat here. It might stay there. We might put a bigger seat in there, like this one. This would be the main entrance into the RV. And it's actually it's really wide through here. It's surprisingly wide. Like, even if you put a regular seat there, there'd still be a comfortable amount of room to walk around. Plenty of headroom up here too. Maybe we should do flip down TV at some point too. That'd be super cool. Anyways, so I think we're gonna take this seat bracket out and make a different one that's a bigger box, because there's a lot of wasted space underneath there. So some batteries can fit underneath there, extra storage. If we do anything on this side, we could put storage underneath it. On the inside of the pocket doors, I'm gonna put a plastic mirror. So I have two stand-up mirrors. That one's gonna be kind of smaller. And maybe I'll use my 3D printer and make like a cover. Go over the bolts, both sides, top and bottom. Okay, sensors and stuff that are gonna come out, alarm system. I think the main goal is to do a queen size bed right here. It's gonna come almost all the way to here, but we have to figure out the measurements on the fridge, because the fridge is probably the tallest thing that's gonna go in here. So if we have counter space over here, it'll be hard to put a fridge over there and do the storage on this side. So we'll have to see. But the plan is to do a platform all the way across there, right? All the way back. And then the water heater, or a fresh tank and a gray tank will go in here. Gray tank's probably going to be right here, because there's going to be a kitchen faucet over here. So I just want to keep the drainage short, so I'm not doing anything too crazy. So I can always tuck it in the top of the tank. Might have to do some kind of step stool here to get up into the bed. but the bed's going to be probably about here. And also on top of this will be like another box on the platform where it's a bench. So I don't know if I'm going to do slide out covers to cover the benches, that sort of thing. I haven't really decided that yet. Or maybe do some flip ups, flip downs, both sides, which will make it actually a pretty big dinette table area. We'll see. I don't know if he wants to slide the mattress this way, that way, or even potentially lift it up to get it out of the way. But it's gonna have to be a like sectional kind of mattress. So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. He wants to do a slide out rack that goes out the back, which would be it's okay with. I can do it, but it might have to be the same width of the table. And what else? So we're gonna do sink here. Probably go when the door is open. Let when the door's open, it goes to right there. So I'll probably make the countertop pretty close to that width. Maybe I can utilize this space somehow. I don't think it needs insulated or anything that way, but maybe. Um, a mini split might go up here. I think we're still debating on where that's going to go, and then we have to route the line somewhere. So I might have to make sure I keep enough pocket space to drop it down because there is a void underneath the floor. Thought my camera was dying. Yeah, so there's some space underneath there. So we're gonna put the diesel heater outside, I believe, or at least the tank outside, and yeah, maybe the mini split down there when lines up. This flooring is gonna have to come out of here. I think what we're gonna do is take it out and then not do the whole floor. Like if this was like a regular van or RV, I would do the whole floor. But we are really watching how much weight we can put in here because I believe he said we can only put like 2,500 pounds. So I might actually do the floor last and only do the exposed section of floor and make it to where they can pop it up because I believe these are bolts to drop the battery out because the battery is in that section there. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not going to worry about that till last. But the walls are going to have, let's see, like foam insulation glued onto them. It'll probably be like 3/4 or 1 inch, looks like. This is all just fiberglass. So this thing, with it being electric, it's really loud going down the road just because it is kind of, there's no engine noise to drown out the weight saving noise, is what I'm going to call it. Yeah, because this is all just light fiberglass. And it actually flexes, so I'm sure it drones really bad. But once there's foam in there, it should be super quiet. And it seems pretty good. Like I'm checking these to make sure that they are solid, and they probably did glue them on. I could see maybe sealant in there. But if they were like moving a lot right towards the edge, I would definitely fill those voids. So this rear door we're going to keep, and we're going to have this whole track system. The door actually will only go to about here with it open. So I might chop it off and move that bump stop this way just so we have a little bit more overhead room on both sides. Because these are all spin welded in, looks like. And we're going to do some lights through here. Which is actually, Yeah, maybe I'll go drop this down a little bit too. We'll do a box. That might be really good. I'm planning this out as we go. So I might drop that down just so I have more wiring access in there. Maybe I can utilize those bolts to whatever I frame it up with. I just put a nut on them. Maybe I can use these ones too. Well, yeah, I might tie into those and make some kind of box, because I'll probably have to stick AC wiring in there, DC wiring, wrap it all down. I'm not sure where I'm gonna put the batteries yet. We don't have batteries yet, so everything's gonna kind of depend on the size of everything, because I have to make sure it all fits. Luckily it only has a gray tank and a fresh tank, because we could probably get away with something kind of small. I'll have to get some measurements and I'll probably figure out the height of that. Try to get something that's probably fit 25 gallons in there, maybe 20 of each. We discussed keeping the batteries and water tanks isolated from each other because they're going to be lithium. I don't know how much that's going to matter, but I mean, I would probably keep it away from the tire in case there's a blowout or something and something crazy happens. So maybe keep the batteries away from the walls too, keep them more towards the middle. And yeah, so we're keeping the door. We're probably going to put some kind of insulation on the roof too. And close it in, which I'm going to look for some lightweight material. And kind of probably the similar stuff to this, but I'm not sure yet. I'm going to have to figure out where to get this. I'm going to go to a local boat shop and see what they have. But these lights are going to have to come out. Maybe I can move them somewhere for now and close all that up. And yeah, it'll be really interesting. I don't know if I'm going to make the frame out of steel or aluminum. He doesn't want any sort of wood in here, which is fine with me. I think this will be a really cool, futuristic looking build. So I'm looking forward to it. It'll be super cool. I kind of put in some AI prompts and it kind of showed stainless steel walls with black framing. But maybe the opposite will be all right. I don't know. We'll see. Everything is going to be serviceable. I'm going to make it to where he can service the doors. He can pull this off pretty easily. So whatever I do, I might utilize these bolts. And I'll see underneath here and see what these bolts are for. Even like the latch there. Try to utilize that stuff as much as possible. What else? I talked about doing outlets here. Outlets on both sides, maybe. I mean, it should be pretty basic. Should probably, we'll see. I might have to run. Maybe I'll follow this up and around, and I'll shoot it this way. Drop it down. Just depends on where the batteries are. Because there's going to be a storage cabinet over here. Heck, maybe I should stick the fridge in the front. Yeah, because I kind of thought I could make some kind of cubby holes or something through here. But he kind of wants a closet too. But just a narrow closet. So maybe I'll figure out a good way to do that. probably the fridge will go over here, is my guess. Maybe do storage on top or a microwave or something as well. It's definitely going to be interesting. Might also have like some kind of step to get up into the bed. Do a box or something underneath there. Or even if the water tank sticks out farther. Or the drain might go that way. And then kick over into the gray tank. The fresh tank, that stuff's easy because you just tie into it. Done deal. I'm going to have to ask him if he wants hot water or not. Maybe we can get just a little tiny on-demand AC unit. Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan so far. We're going to do a bunch of solar on this thing. The slide-out racks, they're going to go out on both sides with a little bit of storage down the middle. And we're going to do some kind of bar he can use to do like exercise off of, like a pull-up bar. And also potentially climb on the roof. So it might be fun to build. Maybe do some kind of slide-out deal, and then with pins, he can grab the pins and then just flip it down, use it as a ladder. He wants to be able to service the roof, and he also wants to be able to pull it out and then do a canopy off of the top. On his ambulance rig, he had a canopy that went off of the corners of it. So maybe we can figure out something there too. And what else? So, solar. He was talking about people tying into the chassis battery for their RV side of it, which is seems really dangerous. I think we're going to keep them both isolated and then use the solar to charge the house battery. I'm going to call it house battery. The house battery. And then say if he's getting low on power for the chassis, he can plug right in. So we might do some other kind of cord where he can access it from the outside and kind of jump itself from the coach battery. We might have to do another plug on the outside so he can charge it as a shore cord. And we might have to do it up here or something. We was kind of talking about doing the water fill this way too. So I'm going to have to get creative with it. Sometimes people will put the water fill. Actually, let's see. Might be better to stick it over there so I can hide it in the corner. But yeah. Yeah, he was talking about doing a city fill on it. Build a fresh tank. I don't know how big of a fresh tank yet. And yeah. I'm trying to think of what else. He wants to do the pull-out bench for the table. What else? I think that's about it. He has some really good ideas. It's definitely going to be fun. It's going to be a really fun build. I think all that stuff clears too, that box idea. I think the first thing I'm going to do is figure out what material I'm going to use. Just start going, getting those panels glued in, and then go from there. I think that's the best thing. I could probably even do those panels that way. It'll be interesting because I don't know. I might have to like notch every piece of foam out to go around the aluminum. Because these look really serviceable on the outside too, which is really surprising. These corners are really beefy. Looks like there's no holes in there to where I can snake anything through. Nope, it's all solid. And I don't know if these are solid in there. I think it's part of the structure, so I don't think I really want to screw with it too much. It's definitely going to be interesting. But he doesn't want any kind of storage up here because of the headspace, actually. But, I mean, I'm going to have to start just putting wood in here and maybe kind of planning out how high, because I could easily make cubbies across there too. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Really excited about this. This is going to be cool. Definitely super cool. I think that's about it. I think that's all we got going on. This area kind of drives me nuts though. The whole cubby area. Man, so much room there. But it's going to be trying to figure out what surfaces I can screw into, which way. Some of that stuff might be okay. Do some carriage bolts. Oh, heck yeah. It's going to be super fun. Definitely looking forward to this. But yeah, I'm going to get some measurements, see what kind of tanks I can find, and go from there. All right. And I forgot to mention what sort of vibes I'm getting from this thing. So it looks futuristic. This guy's kind of into rock music and everything. Probably the same kind of stuff I'm into. But this thing, it needs basically the Tron movie look. Like futuristic, like high-tech, industrial look. I think that's that's going to be the theme. That's why I'm excited. I'm speechless. Like, I will build cars and everything, and like usually do my own vision, but this is totally opposite. Because when I think of this, I think of like, I don't know, art and expression and the future of RVs, which this thing is the future of RVs. Like, the walls are basically perfect to insulate and build off of because everything is square. Well, it's really squared compared to a van. A van conversion or a bus conversion into an RV, you know, with the round walls, you lose headroom. The cabinets above are unusable because they're not deep because of the curve. And it's just a pain in the ass. This thing is about one of the most perfect vehicles to convert into an RV. The only thing that's weird is the pocket doors, because that's just wasted space. But realistically, it's really not that bad. And it's relatively flat too, which is awesome. Like, that just doesn't happen. So it's pretty sweet. Even the wheel wells are boxy, which just makes it easier to build off of. It sucks because they make curved wheel well tanks, and this doesn't, you know, it's going to have some kind of rectangle tanks in there. But like, it's like they set it up for it. The ceilings are flat, nice and easy to screw to. They ran the wires in a very easy way to hide them. And yeah, it's just awesome. The roof is not the strongest thing. It's definite, like some spots like up here, like it's definitely weak. There are some pretty good studs in there. Putting the foam on there and whatever paneling I'm going to use will help with that a lot. But it's not bad. If you put solar on there, you could probably tie into these studs and be okay, because solar's really not that heavy, but you just have to make a rack and plan it out. But it's going to be an awesome build. And I think that if you're into automotive stuff, if you're into cars, even RVs, you should probably follow this video because you're going to learn a lot. And this is my chance to show people what I can do. And I'll accept it gladly. So follow along. Follow me on this journey. And we'll see how it goes. Have a good night.